Oke. Mau kemana mas?
Maya Ruin gitu katanya.
Oh, wes.
Nggak tahu gimana apa katanya.
Motor ke situ Mayan ya. Oke. Kita tanya.
Mas Arab, ayo enjoy.
Now we have a tour to Mayan Ruin. Mayan Ruin. Mayan Ruin.
Bagas, check your name.
Alright. Hey.
Okay. Enjoy.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, guys, wherever you are. Nice to see you again. Today I am in Mexico, Costa Maya, Mexico, and today I will go to, or I'll take a tour to Mayan Ruin. Okay, so today we are talking about the history or historical tour. We're gonna visit one of the seven wonders in the world. Yeah, that's been since 1988 by UNESCO. That's Mayan ruins as one of the seven wonders of the world. Okay, guys, stay. Follow me today. We're gonna visit the Mayan ruin in Mexico. Okay, so today we have a few ships in here. It's kind of big ship, a Royal Caribbean today. Man, what ship is this? Harmony of the Seas. So today we have a Harmony of the Seas, and let's look at the princess over there. And Holland America, of course, our lovely damn ship. Alright. By the way, we are the smallest ship today, docked in Mayan. In Costa Maya. Yeah, today we are in Costa Maya, guys. Yeah. And we start at 12 o'clock, but a little bit late. We start now is 12:15 in the afternoon, guys. Yeah, we have 3 ships today. There's a princess crew. Yeah, look, our ship so small. My God. Make the regal, yeah, regal princess. Yeah, today this is a regal princess, and this is a Harmony of the Seas, and that's us. Okay, so we gonna so today now we go to the bus tour. Sangalang far away. Look at that. Look how you can compare our ship and the princess ship, yeah, Harmony ship, sorry, and princess, of course, yeah. You can compare, guys. So we are small one. Okay, now still we walk. There's a friend right there, yeah, in the back there. Yeah. All right. Here is, guys, Costa Maya. Welcome to Costa Maya. Somewhere.
Yeah, it worked with the dolphin.
It's up to 5 people. I just need printed name and signature over here.
Welcome for an hour. We need to buy my face.
You know this?
Yeah, I mean that's
This is the smallest Starbucks I've ever seen. Yeah. Look. See Starbucks.
search out
Yeah.
all the pictures, all the videos I have right there.
Yeah. What? This Starbucks. This Starbucks on the Costa Maya.
So that's usually what happens when I usually
Oke, kita jalan. Oke. Let's start our journey to Mayan Ruin. Yeah. ¿Cómo se llama, señor? Cynthia.
Yo me llamo Fabiola.
Fabiola. Oh, muy bueno. Fabiola. Sí. So the tour guide today's name Fabiola.
Estará limpio edición 49.
So we're gonna go to the bus. The tour today.
Órale. Hay un asiento del fondo que no tiene sillón. Ay, ¿para qué va? Recuerden.
Over here? Okay.
Go ahead.
Good, yeah. Do it. Yeah. Yeah, so as the participant of the tour, right? Yeah. Okay, we are on the bus already. Okay.
Oye, me dijo mi compañero Dani que había un asiento. I counted 50 again. I don't know if you want to corroborate.
Roy Estinopo, Angelo, John Kevin, Muhammad Arrohman,
¿Tú quieres primeros auxilios?
West, Johannes van der Nolan, Elton, Joy.
49. Voy a dar una agüita.
Today? Good. Awesome. Well, today you're going to visit the beautiful archaeological site of Chacchoben. Yes, Chacchoben. We are a little bit far away from the site. The drive takes us 1 hour. Okay, so 1 hour there, 1 hour back. That is going to give us a very limited time in the archaeological site. We're going to be there for exactly 1 hour and 15 minutes. I will let you know we have to be back on board on the bus by 3 p.m. so that we get back to the port of Costa Maya on time, and you guys can head back to your ship without any problems. Okay. Also, right now, I would just like to let you know a few security. Okay. If you have any issues with your seatbelt, sometimes what you have to do, you just have to switch the belts with a person sitting next to you. First of all, I'd like to introduce our driver. Our driver's name is Juan.
Juan.
Say hi
Hola.
to everybody. 541, ¿verdad? And we are on Juan's beautiful bus. The bus has a number in the front and the back. We might be the only bus left at Chacchoben, so we won't get lost or anything. But just in case, our bus number is 541. 541. Okay. Here on the bus, Juan also has a restroom for you guys. I know somebody was asking me for a restroom. It's at the very back of the bus. This is a kind as well. If you forget, my name is on my shirt, just as short as fat. Okay. Muy bien. Welcome everybody to this little corner of Mexico. Since we have a little bit of time before we arrive to Chacchoben, I'd like to share some general information about this area and about the Maya people. I know that you've been working really hard since early this morning, so if you decide to take a nap on the way, that's okay with me, okay? I won't get offended. And then in Chacchoben, you guys can ask me anything you want. Well, today you're visiting this beautiful area known as the Grand Costa Maya. The name Costa Maya locally mainly refers to the cruise ship port. This is one of the most important ports in Mexico today. We can dock up to 4 cruise ships in one single day, and we have a high season, low season with the cruise ships. We receive most of you guys during the months of November and April. It's when we have the most busy months. Afterwards, you may already know this, but this is our very dry, very hot, humid, and then our hurricane season. So we don't get to see as many cruise ships during the summer months until November, early November. Again, and right now, I don't know if you had the chance when you visited us before here in Costa Maya. We're just cruising through some areas of our local town. Our local town is Mahahual. It's divided in different neighborhoods. We pass one of the main neighborhoods known as Casitas. Right here, we have the neighborhood of La 55 or the 55. This name comes from the number of kilometers it takes to reach from the main highway all the way down here to the coast, okay? And after this, we're gonna see maybe a couple of ranches, a few houses here and there, but most of our village expands a little bit more into the mainland, but behind all of these neighborhoods. Our main village is on the coastline, as you may have already seen from your cruise ship. It starts right at the lighthouse. It runs for 3 kilometers long along the coastline. We have one-way street that takes us to the south, another one-way street to meet onto this main axis, onto this highway. And today, Mahahual, just a very small community. This area started to be occupied around 1959 by a few fishermen that were invited by the Mexican government, because all of this area, after the pre-Hispanic Maya were occupying it, they abandoned all this area. It was left to the wilderness. It was very untamed, but we're very close to the border with Belize, so we were preventing the invasion of the English that were establishing in Belize. So they start to ask people from different parts of Mexico to come and establish right here in the southern area of the state of Quintana Roo. Okay, this is what we know today as the Gran Costa Maya. To the south, we also have a beautiful village. We know it as Ixcala, just a very small fisherman's village. They receive a little bit of tourism. Mostly people are interested in scuba diving, spear fishing, fly fishing, and snorkeling with crocodiles, because that's a big thing down there. And that gives us access to one of the largest bays among the Mesoamerican coral reef. This is known as the Bay of Chetumal. And half of this bay belongs to Belize and half of it to Mexico. This also gives us access to the capital of our state, okay? The state is Quintana Roo, the capital is Chetumal, just as the bay. And all that area runs parallel to this highway. Okay, and the Bay of Chetumal today is a beautiful sanctuary for the reproduction of many species like manatees, sharks, eagle stingrays, and we also see a huge amount of birds nesting in this beautiful mangrove forest. And right now we started to see a few of the migratory species that are a little bit larger birds. Once it starts to get a little cooler in South America, we start to see the appearance of American stork, jabiru stork, russet spoonbills, ibis, and many others. And in the mangroves that we're about to cross here in just a moment, it's also the home of hundreds of species of birds. I will be showing you a few of them that are more typical to find around here in the Yucatan Peninsula. Also in front of Mahahual and also the pura Costa Maya and Xcalac to the south, we have one of the largest coral formations in the Atlantic Ocean. This area is called Banco Chinchorro. This is an area used by the original fishermen of Mahahual. They have special permits to go out there, capture different species depending on the mating season, but they mainly depend on capturing the spiny lobster. Okay, this is the season for the spiny lobster. It's between July and February. So today is the last day for the fishermen to have access to this delicious lobster. Then they'll target other fish. And it's also an area visited by municipal divers, spearfishing, and also free divers. Quite a beautiful area. I highly recommend you guys to visit when you have more time. Come and visit Hawaii. So here in the Grand Costa Maya, we're just surrounded by beautiful protected areas, and we only have a few scattered villages. We're going to see two more towns besides Mahahual right before we are moving to Chacchoben. Okay, once we get over there, I'll let you know a few more details about these towns. And the rest, we're going to see from here on. We're about to pass the last speed bump, and then we're going to be going a little bit faster here on the highway. And we're going to be crossing a huge protected area that is divided in two sections. Anything that you see to the left is known as the Guarnil Reserve. It runs for 60 kilometers to the south and about 50 kilometers towards the mainland. Anything that you see to the right, this area is known as Siangcan. Siangcan is a little bit larger. Runs for 200 kilometers to the north, and right before we start entering into the more populated areas of our state, such as Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cancun, Puerto Morelos, Cozumel. Over there we have a high density population, plus everybody that arrives through the international airports. And down here, just protected areas and a few towns. So I'm going to show you here a couple of maps and a few images, alright? So you guys can familiarize yourselves with this area. Here's a map of our beautiful Mexico, divided into its 32 independent states. Today you are in Quintana Roo, facing towards the Caribbean. To the north we have the beautiful state of Yucatan, and to the west we have Campeche. So all of these three states is what we call the peninsula of Yucatan. Here we also have highlighted in thin blue lines Tabasco and Chiapas. These are two other states within Mexican territory where we can find vestiges of the Maya culture. In the center, we have the capital of our country, Mexico City, the ancient city of the Mexica or the Aztec Empire. And to the north, this larger state is actually the largest state in Mexico. We know it as Chihuahua, like in Chihuahua Desert. And this is my hometown, okay? This is where I come from. Everybody here in Costa Maya, we're all immigrants from different parts of Mexico and different parts of the world. We have many people from South America, from Chile, Argentina, Honduras, Venezuela, and a lot of people from North America as well, the US and Canada. Lots of young people from Quebec live over here in Mahahual, and also from Europe. Lots of people from France, from Germany, from Spain, and especially from Italy. So we are this beautiful, diverse community down here. Just a little close-up here of Quintana Roo, marked with the next Costa Maya, and then right across we have Banco Chinchorro. Okay, beautiful area. And here is very typical for us. It's a bicycle town. We're walking our dogs, going for a run, riding on bikes. We run into many different animals. I'll be showing you just a few, okay? So these are some of the most abundant snakes here in the peninsula of Yucatan. In my personal experience, the most common snake that we run into on this highway or if we're just walking our dogs is the boa snake and also the false squirrel snake. Besides that, we have lots of American water snakes that are not venomous, but we also find rattlesnakes and a fer-de-lance snake, okay, or these pitted vipers. And in these mangroves, in the town of Mahawan, to show you just a couple of birds we might see today. Yesterday we saw a couple of these in Chacchoben, so I don't know what Chacchoben has to offer us today. In the center, we have an endemic species of the Yucatan Peninsula. We call this the Chara yucateca or the Yucatan jay. We will see it at some point today, perhaps on our way back to Costa Maya. Right here on the right side, we have this medium-sized bird with a bright yellow belly. It's a beautiful trogon. And we see it throughout the year here in Costa Maya, and yesterday I saw a bunch of them in Chacchoben. So if I spot them, I'll point them out to you guys. Upwards, these beautiful green jays, ocellated turkeys, moths, and we may spot a few of the turkey vultures here on the road and also at the archaeological site. And here are just some of the most common birds on the coastline: ospreys, seagull, pelicans, magnificent frigate birds. And here are some plots. I'm going to show you some plots that were excavated from some of the archaeological sites here in the Grand Costa Maya. We have several ones besides Chacchoben. And these were found in funerary chambers that belonged to the Maya kings and queens. These are considered to have been their personal drinking and eating utensils. And a few of them had either the names of the rulers and also the purpose of each cup. But here we can see the depiction of these beautiful animals that we can still appreciate today. Here's another example. This amazing lidded pot. It's very large. Was found in the burial chamber of one of the most important kings in the Maya dynasty, or the Khan dynasty. His name was Jaguar Shield. Sky Witness. And here we see the depiction of the barn owl. The barn owl for the Maya, we see it everywhere in the Mayan art. It was associated with the nighttime, with darkness, and associated with warfare. Okay, the Maya were able to mimic the call of the owl, and they used this as a strategy to intimidate their enemies right before they were going to attack them. And here in the peninsula of Yucatan, Central America, and South America, we have this beautiful mammal. This is our largest land mammal. This is a beautiful, amazing tapir. We can spot it from the coast, through the mangroves, the savannas, and into deeper, more tropical forests where we have more tropical fruit trees for them. They're nocturnal, so we won't see them today. But this animal is associated with one of the main deities of the Maya. The Maya believed in many, many gods, mainly associated with vegetation, animals, and celestial bodies. And here we see a representation of the rain god, Charak. Charak is always represented in the Maya art, as we see on this beautiful incense burner, with a long curvy nose and then the fangs sticking out of the mouth, as we see here. But sometimes we also see it in the vases, in the books, and in the facades of the ceremonial temples. Even at Costa Maya, some of the buildings mimic this type of architecture. And here in Chacchoben, here in Quintana Roo, this is the home of two types of monkeys. We have the beautiful, intimidating, very territorial howler monkey. These ones will not be seen today because they like to refuge deep into the forest. We have to be very patient and travel long distances, in order to see it. But we also have the beautiful spider monkey, which is more mischievous, a little bit more sociable. They tend to come close to the villages, and sometimes we see them at the archaeological site. Okay, and for the Maya, we also see the monkey painted all over and carved all over. This animal was associated with the expressions, the arts, like singing, dancing, and writing. Many of the scribes are also represented as half human and half monkey. And here we have another beautiful little pot, also found in an archaeological site here in the Grand Costa Maya. Now, yesterday we did not see the monkeys because there's a lot of work being done in Chacchoben. But if we see them today, I always like to remind everybody, these are completely wild animals. Okay, they have everything that they need in Chacchoben. So when we see them, we never attempt to pet them, to feed them, or give them any water. We don't have any interaction with these monkeys. We just let them be as they are. And one more animal for you guys. This is the beautiful jaguar. This animal spreads throughout the whole continent from the US all the way down to Argentina. In Quintana Roo, since we have a lot of protected areas, this animal is quite abundant. We can also spot it from the coast to the mangroves and into the forest and just absolutely everywhere. But unfortunately, due to deforestation, their areas have been reduced, so it is an endangered species right now. But it's an animal that is still very important for us as it was for the pre-Hispanic Maya. Even some of the Maya descendants of today, they hold their Maya names, and many of them still use their Maya last names. And I have a couple of colleagues that their last name is Balam. Balam is a Yucatec word for jaguar. And for the pre-Hispanic Maya, the jaguar represented also one of the main deities, which is the solar deity, Kinich Ahau. So this animal represents the night sun. As the sun descends into the west and the day turns into the night, this deity will come through the depths of the Maya underworld and present itself as an earth monster, this amazing jaguar. We also see it on this little painting on the left side. On the profile, see the position, and we see a flower sticking up from the forehead. And this is a water lily. This is the type of vegetation that we typically find around the natural sinkholes that we have here in the peninsula of the Yucatan. It's associated also with fertility. Okay. I put everybody to sleep. Yes. Well, I will continue speaking, so you can continue. I will continue speaking so you can continue sleeping. But if anybody's interested, I will be passing back some of these images. Okay. You want to see it? As we approach Chacchoben, you will notice that here we don't have any natural elevations. We don't have any mountains. This is because the whole peninsula of Yucatan used to be a huge coral formation, and then the area was impacted by a meteorite that we call Chulu. This was the meteorite responsible for the extinctions of the dinosaurs, right? So this caused this coral formation to arise above sea level. And today we have practically a huge plateau of limestone, very porous, very soft. And then on top, we have a very thin layer of soil. In some areas, we can spot no more than 20 centimeters in depth of soil. Then some areas where they're a little bit more lucky, up to 3 meters in depth. Okay, you guys will notice that in Chacchoben, how some of the roots of the trees are pretty much superficial. And also in the cemeteries, we're gonna drive by one of the cemeteries. I'll point it out. All the burials are also above ground. And half of the year is considered the rainy season. So this is just a picture of how the peninsula of Yucatan looks like. Very porous. Most of the water we receive seeps right through the thin layer of soil. It's absorbed by the limestone and forms this very intricate and extensive web of underground river systems. Many of these rivers meet with one another, and many of them end up right into the ocean. Here in the center photograph, we have the evolution of the cenote. Cenote is a word derived from the Maya language, cenot, which technically means inundated cave. Many of these caves also are filled with stalagmites and stalactites that take thousands of years to develop. And then when we have taller, thicker vegetation, the root system starts to break the topsoil, and then they get access into the water table. This is how we get the natural access into these underground river systems. And all of these cenotes are the source of fresh water for everybody in the Yucatan Peninsula. We look for Costa, we have a cenote about 50 kilometers into this road. Then they pump the water twice a day for us, okay? So some of these cenotes tend to dry up, and then they just get taken over by vegetation. They become a beautiful ecosystem as well. And then on this top photograph, we have an aerial image of one of the largest bodies of fresh water in Mexico. This is known as the Bacalar Lagoon. Sometimes people call it the 7-color lagoon. It's just blue with different shades of blue. And this lagoon always has water, okay? On the contrary to the rest of the Yucatan, this one always has water because the lagoon is practically a huge crack in the limestone. It is part of a natural fall that we have from this area all the way to the north of the Yucatan, around the island of Holbox. And within it, it has 3 different sinkholes that feed it continuously with fresh water, and also it has a couple of water springs. We can also spot when we're roaming around these beautiful lagoon. Eventually, this lagoon turns into a river stream and ends up in the Bay of image of an external cenote. It's one of the largest ones that I have ever seen here in the Yucatan Peninsula. Okay, the cenote azul. I'm going to pass this back. We also, on the back of the cenote pictures, I have a map of Mesoamerica. So you can see the different cultures that developed here before the Maya, during the Maya, and also after the Maya apogee. Thank you so much. I don't know if you want to pass it. The last few decades, especially thanks to the diving industry, the divers have been entering into these sinkholes and they've been able to connect the lifeline of the divers. And they have found one of the most extensive underground river systems in the world. We call this area Chacchoben, and it's only a few kilometers to the north of Chacchoben, around the area of Blue. So this one runs for 260 kilometers long, and as they keep exploring it, they keep finding amazing things within this river system. Lots of remains of animals are extinct, like mammals, saber-tooth tigers, giant armadillos, giant sloths, even camels, horses, and bears that used to occupy this part of the world, and lots of human remains as well. They have a huge collection of human remains. Some of these date between 8,000 up to 13,000 years old. These cenotes, these cavities, were also very important for the pre-Hispanic Maya. Besides providing access to fresh water, these were also considered to be an entrance into the Maya underworld. They used this as burial chambers, as places to worship their ancestors, and provide offerings to the different deities. I'm going to show you here a couple of things that have been found by the explorers. We can see just a representation of one of the caverns with a burial. This was a male buried in a fetal position, and he was also buried with some of his own pottery. Okay, and this pottery contained remains of animals. They found the remains of a dog. Dogs were part of the pre-Hispanic diet. And here, they also retrieved this from one of the sinkholes. This is a beautiful example of the types of deformation practiced by the Maya elite, just as in many parts of the world, and in some areas it's still being practiced, like in South America and in Africa. But for the Maya, this was only practiced by the highest class. When the babies were born and the skull was too soft, they had a special cradle for these babies, laid them flat on their backs, then they tied something flat and heavy on the forehead and applied slowly pressures so we can give them this flattened forehead and a kind of conical shaped head. For the Maya, these represented beauty, these represented an association with the shape of the corn, and also helped them distinguish between the different social classes. This skull belonged to a young woman, about 18 years of age, and the skull itself has lots of markings on it that indicate that the Maya, before they threw it into the sinkhole, where they could find fresh water, they had removed the flesh. Okay, they never meant to pollute these spaces of fresh water. It also has markings where the skull connects with the spine, so this also indicates decapitation. So this young woman, most likely a captive of war, partook in a human sacrificial ritual. Here we have other examples of the type of deformation practiced by the Maya. According to some specialists, this was practiced by the elite and the middle class. Okay, here we see a few examples of filing of the teeth. These are only a few, there's a lot more. Here in the top image, we can see the tooth where they had drilled holes onto the teeth. These cavities were later on replaced by jade, pyrite, crushed bones of different animals, and seashells that came from faraway places and were highly valuable by the Maya elite. The Maya also practiced crossing of the eyes, scarification of the face, on the neck, on the chest, tattooing, and they also wore very extravagant and very flamboyant piercings. On the earlobes, they had very large expansions. They carried jewels made out of jade and seashells. Piercings between the nose and the forehead, on the nostrils, on the bottom lip or below the lip, between the chin and the lip, and also on the mustache area. Many of the rulers, once they were buried, the artists would carve out a portrait of the ruler made out of jade, and then they would always depict this piercing on the mustache. This would mimic the whiskers that we see in the catfish, and the catfish is the animals that we find that these rulers had the ability to enter and travel between time and space and enter into the different realms of the Maya universe. It's today beliefs on Guatemala, a little bit of Honduras, a little bit of El Salvador as well. And the Maya territory is divided in two sections. In the southern area, Guatemala, Chiapas, is where we have a mountain range. So we just call this the highlands of the south. And then we have to the north, just the flattened area, the lowlands of the north. Just as we see over here through these mangroves and swampy area, pretty flat. Okay, so this is the map of the whole Maya territory. And the first people to be considered of the Maya culture start appearing about 4,000 years ago in the coastal area of this map, specifically in the area of Guatemala. But before the Mayas start to build beautiful ceremonial temples, and we have these beautiful monuments with low-relief carvings, with representations of their kings and their deities. Before they started doing any of that, we already had a culture that was a little bit more advanced than the Maya. We had the Olmec. The Olmec had settled in the Gulf of Mexico, and their kingdom expanded towards the Pacific and into some areas of what is today Guatemala. So they start to have contact with these first Maya groups. Okay, 4,000 years ago, these Mesoamerican groups had already domesticated corn. They were mixing their crops with corn, squash, bean. They had manioc, they had some potato, many fruits foraged from the forest. They also were hunting deer, they domesticated turkeys and dogs, they were fishing, collecting ships, so they had abundance, and they were able to settle in more permanent areas for longer periods of time. And the Olmec were already building beautiful ceremonial temples, carving these colossal nets that represented their deities and their rulers. They had created hieroglyphic writing. They were using numerical systems, and they were also using calendars. Okay, so all of this technology, all of this knowledge starts to be shared with these first groups that we call the Maya, the coastal areas mainly. Then these groups start to move towards the highlands and start to use the valleys to build their ceremonial temples, where they have plenty of natural resources. They have the limestone, basalt, jade, obsidian, flint. Also, they have cacao, tobacco. And these Maya groups start to thrive. We also see the appearance of polychrome pottery, and the population starts to increase. And the Mayas start to settle in all the center of this map. When we see these tallest ceremonial temples, this is when we see an increase in the Maya population between 10 up to 15 million people, okay, during the classic period. The apogee of the Maya, when we see them in their maximum expression, it's a very brief period between 250 towards 900 AD. Okay, this is when we see the appearance of about 33 different spoken languages, about 60 different dynasties, and they start occupying the area of the Petén. Okay, the Petén area, besides having all these natural resources, what the Maya had that was more important than that was rivers that they could navigate through. These rivers gave them access from the Gulf of Mexico through the whole center of the Maya area and then into the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, as you may already know, we have this natural current that allows us to travel all the way around the peninsula of Yucatan back into the Gulf of Mexico. So this expanded their commercial routes, which even reached to what is today the United States and even to central Mexico. We have a huge connection between the Maya and the central Mexicans in the 4th century AD. So during this period, the Maya are evolving faster than the other Mesoamerican groups. They create this beautiful, magnificent hieroglyphic writing. They created these type of logographs. These logographs represent one-syllable words. For example, here in this picture on the upper left corner, we have the word for sun, pronounced king. On the upper right corner, we have the word for moon, pronounced ugh. On the bottom left, star, pronounced ek. And then they would combine these one-syllable logographs and create cartridges. Okay? So this was meant to create new words, new concepts. So here we see the example. they're using a glyph to represent the color red, pronounced Chak, just like in Chacchoben. And then we have another glyph for star. Okay, so we have a red star, Chak egg. This is one of the words given to the planet Venus. And with these, they created approximately 500 different words and about 800 variants. Okay, and about 90% of these glyphs have been deciphered up to date. And with the creation of these hieroglyphic writing, the Maya also borrowed the numerical system used by the other Mesoamerican groups. The other groups were using dots for the value of 1 and bars. Sometimes we see the bars horizontal, sometimes vertical. This would be for the value of 5. Okay? But the Maya went further on and they created the concept of the number 0. Okay? There's evidence that the Maya were using the number 0 as early as the year 32 BC. And in my personal opinion, probably even way before this date. They just haven't found the evidence. And we see the number 0 sometimes as a seashell, sometimes like a fist put together like this with your thumb covering over the fingernails. Okay? Okay, right now I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to show you here. This is an alphabet created by Maya scribes and some of the priests that came here to the Yucatan in the 1500s, which is being used today to decipher the Maya hieroglyphic writing. So with the numerical system, they also, with the concept of the number 0, the Maya also created a vigesimal way of counting. Specialists believe that we have it using their fingers and their toes to count, so we have a base of 20. And then they also use a vertical way of counting. So for example, if they wanted to say the number 15, they will use 3 bars. For the number 19, we have the 3 bars plus 4 dots. But if they want to say the number 20, they would use the sign for the number 0, and then they would move up 1 space. When the Maya moved up 1 space, these bars, dots, and zeros, these are automatically multiplied by 20. So we have the sign for the number 0, and then on the next level, we have a dot for the number 20. And with this idea, the Maya were able to multiply 3 timetables and count into the millions, the trillions, and practically into infinity. Right? So they combined this knowledge, their mathematics, with the hieroglyphic writing, and they created several calendars. I'm going to show you just 2 examples. Right here in this example, in the center, we have this little round. Okay, this calendar is known as the Solkin calendar, also known as a sacred calendar. This one is composed of 13 numbers with the bars and the dots that we see in the center, combined with 20 named days. Okay, so this gives us a cycle of 260 days. This is a sacred calendar. They used it as a type of adivinatory kind of calendar. They want them to be able to understand or foretell the future. It was also associated with human gestation, agriculture, and fertility. And this Solkin calendar, 260 days, was also combined with another calendar that we see right here on the right. Okay, this is known as the Ha'ab. The Ha'ab is composed of 18 months of 20 days. So this gives us a cycle of 360 days. At the end of these 360 days, the Maya added a final month of 5 days. So we have a solar calendar of 365 days. And we combine both of these calendars. We combine all the combinations possible of these dates all together, and this becomes the calendar round. And by the way, this is a more modern representation of the calendar so that we can understand it. But this is not how the Maya visualized this calendar. They have different tables in their books and they can record of everything. But this helps us visualize this calendar. So once they combine the Solkin with a hat, this takes a cycle of 52 years. Let's see. Like on the audience. 52 years. So, but the Maya, they love to record absolutely everything. They recorded the birth of their kings, when they founded the city, when they declared war against an enemy, when certain stars or deities were apparent in the night sky or the morning sky, when they had a victory over an enemy. So they recorded absolutely everything. With the monuments, with stela, with ceremonial temples, with plazas, the Maya were able to track the cycles of the different celestial celestial bodies. They track the sectors of the brightest objects in the sky, like the sun, the moon, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars. And with this, they were able to predict solar and lunar eclipses, and they also saw them as ruling deities. For example, Venus represented a deity associated with warfare, so they would utilize its cycle in order to declare wars against the enemy. Anyhow, so a cycle of 52 years for the Maya was not nearly enough. So they created other types of calendars. Okay, some of them become very, very complex. But I'm just going to show you an example of one of them that we call the long count calendar dating system. That goes over 5,125 years. And this takes us back to the creation day of the Maya. The Maya believed in these sort of cyclical time frames that somehow repeated themselves over and over again, but they do have a creation date. And this takes us other calendar is the 4 Akau Ekunku, and it translates to our calendar for the 14th of August of the year 3114 BC. So that would be day 1 of year 0 of the Maya. So when the archaeologists are exploring around the archaeological sites, when they find tombs, when they find vases or paintings, they may find this type of a date, okay? And it may look something like this, okay? At the very top, we have an introductory glyph. This is some sort of a patron god for this date. And then we see the combination of the bars and the dots combined with the glyphs. The Maya also created glyphs that represented large periods of times or large numbers. Instead of writing, a very long number with bars and dots, we see them with a combination of both. And in order to understand how many days we're talking about, we have to multiply the bars and the dots times the value of the glyph. So here we're going to read this very quickly to you. We have 2 bars and 2 dots plus the number 12, and then the first glyph stands for a baktun. A baktun is a period of 144,000 days. Okay, so we have to multiply all these, add them all together, and then start counting from the 14th of August of the year 3014 BC. So we have 12 baktun, 18 katun, 12 tun, 1 winal, 1 kin. And this gives us a total of 1,861,941 days. And then on their calendar round, this date lands on the day 7 Imish. Imish is associated with being female, with womanhood. And then on the big round, this date lands on the day 19 Zip. And Zip is one of the Yucatec names for snake. And the Maya go ahead and also tell us here the stage of the moon, or the first stage of the moon. So we have a full moon on this date. So if we count all of these days together and start counting from day 1 of year 0 of the Maya, these would land on our Gregorian calendar for the 6th of June of 1985. Okay? And this is my birth date, so this is my birth certificate in the Maya local calendar dating system. And many of the Mayan descendants of today, and many of these villages, when the babies start to grow up, the first language they learn is Yucatec Maya. Once they start going to elementary and middle school, this is when they learn other subjects in Spanish. And at this here in Quintana Roo, we also have a couple of universities where these Maya people can go and do their whole careers in Spanish, Maya, English, and even in Portuguese. We have one of them provides Portuguese for them. So some of the Mayan descendants of today are relearning how to use the original hieroglyphic writing of the sun, etc. Yes, thank you so much. As well. Okay, everybody, we're about to arrive to Chacchoben. So nap time is over, everybody. Can I get your attention, please? Because we have a couple of announcements for you guys. parking spot for us. We're gonna take a little break just in case you guys need to use the facilities to stretch your legs, if you guys need to take a quick smoke break, because inside of the park there are a few things that are not allowed, okay? Anything that we bring in, please, it has to come back out, because we don't have any trash cans inside. So we're not allowed to smoke inside of the park. We cannot bring any food inside. Okay, they don't allow drones, tripods, or monophones. You may use your cell phones to take pictures, but if you're using a GoPro camera or you'll be recording video today, there's a fee that you must pay. The fee is $4 and you pay that directly to the ticket office. Okay, they will give you a little receipt as proof of payment. Also, when you step down from the bus on the left side, Juan has a little cooler right there, and he has these blue cans. This is just a regular purified water. It's going to be really hot in this side, so please do not forget to grab your water. I'm gonna bring an extra can with me, just in case anybody needs additional water throughout our walk. So right now we're just gonna take the break to use the restroom. If you need to have a smoke break, and then we're gonna regroup and then start our walk together. Remember, we have to be back on the bus. We are departing from the parking lot at 3 p.m. Okay, 3 p.m. Remember, we have bus 541, and it's the only white bus over here. So go ahead, please, everyone. Don't forget your water.
Yup. Gracias, señor. Okay, now we arrive here in Chacchoben. Okay, so we got one can of the water, aqua. Yeah, 541 our bus, 541. Okay guys, now we arrive already in the location of the Mayan ruins. Okay, we gonna go to washroom first because there's no facilities right inside of there. Okay, I'm gonna speak in my language. I'm so sorry, so we can explain to my people in Indonesia. Okay, guys, hari ini saya berada di situs suku Maya di Meksiko ya guys. Kalian ingat ya, maybe you remember about the movie about the end of the world in 2012. That's the calendar in the Mayan clan ya, Mayan ruin. They make a calendar. That's we gonna be end of the world at the time. So today I'm here. Jadi masih ingat dengan film Kiamat 2012? Ya, itu diambil dari kalender yang dibuat oleh suku Maya ini guys ya. Seperti gitu ya. Oke, sepanjang tempat ini kita biasalah disambut oleh souvenir-souvenir yang ada di wilayah ini ya. This is part of the tour. So we have a lot of souvenir, yeah. Suku Maya. Oh,
That's too big.
yeah. Oh, here.
Ollie, put it back. Put it back. Put the big one back. That one.
No, quiere una.
¿Cuánto?
Thank you.
Señor, ¿cuánto en dólares?
30.
Wah, 30. 30 dollars, man. $30. buy the ticket. So we have to pay the ticket if you like to make a video inside the sites. Yeah. Gracias. Okay, guys. One thing you have to remember if you visit this place, if you take a video in the site in the Mayan Ruin, you have to pay a cost for US dollars for taking video. But if you're taking any photograph, it's for free. But video is cost for US dollars. Yeah. So don't miss it. Yeah. So here the parking area before we enter the site. Yeah, because like I explained before that we charge for making any video inside. Yeah. So but it's gonna free for taking picture. So now it's almost 2 o'clock, and then we should be back to the parking area at 3 o'clock. So we make a 1 hour drive back to the ship.
Kami di bawah ya. Biar estetik.
Why don't we go ahead and take 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes, to go and explore around this first construction. And then we're going to meet in the shade, and then I can answer any of your questions. I'll give you some general information about Chacchoben, and then we'll go see more temples, okay? Go for it, you guys. You can only climb up to the white rope.
Only white rope. Okay, now we arrive at the Mayan Ruin. Yeah, you can see, guys. Yeah.
Oh, Bitan.
Yeah. Ya, betul tak? Ya. Okay, guys. Finally, I can visit this place. Yeah, the Mayan clan or Mayan ruins pyramid. Yeah, we're gonna go rooming. Yeah, what you can see here. It's kind of like.
We need to join with the rest of the group,
Uh-huh.
please.
So that's like a sandy. So they use like a sand. This is like a limestone, yeah? Yeah, like a limestone.
Last group, please, family. Remember, you are going to spend over here exactly 1 hour. Please.
Okay.
Respect the time that have your
Okay, guys, let's go, guys.
Yeah, we are going to see all the
You're gonna visit all the ruin. This is the first ruin, yeah?
Are greatly damaged. Okay, as we see over here, this is why they call it the ruins, the Maya ruins. From the excavations that happened in the mid-90s, the archaeologists understand the occupational periods of the site. The first people to come and arrive over here arrived as early as the year 200 BC. They occupied Chacchoben, they abandoned, and then they reoccupied several times. They find 4 main occupational periods between 200 BC and 1200 AD. After that, this site was used only for pilgrimage, meaning that people who come through, they would climb to the tops and perhaps bring some offerings, like pottery, incense, and perhaps even animals, like turkeys, jaguars, and birds too as well. And what we have over here, everyone, this is one of the largest constructions we're going to see today. We call it Temple 24. Okay, it doesn't have any meaning. We are related to the calendar. It's just a name given by the archaeologists. Temple 24 is a radial construction. This type of temple is typically placed out on the western part of the city layout, and its main purpose is to be used as an observatory. Somebody asked me what they have at the top. We don't have anything. They have flat platforms. At the most, they may have had poles holding up a thatched roof. But it was utilized to look at the early morning sky or the evening sky in order to track the cycles of the different celestial bodies. Okay? So it was mainly used as an observatory. All of its sides have a staircase, and they're all oriented towards cardinal directions. All of the buildings we're going to see today date around 800 AD, okay, because the last layer of construction has been deeply damaged by the vegetation. When the archaeologists arrived, they found this temple covering vegetation, like the temple we see over there. Okay, check it out, how the roots damage the construction.
I told you, there's a limestone. The glue, they use sand and salt. Sand, salt, yeah, to stick it.
And also with
All
the
the-
rulers, and most of the time these rulers were portraying the different deities. They
Of
were
the limestone, so they make a stucco, make a temple. They make this temple, yeah. So no cement, no nothing. They use a sand, salt.
Within the last 3 months, they have found over 40 new burials. I think about 43 burials with lots of pottery, and they're still studying. They also found some carvings with a local calendar date. So I'm personally very excited to find out what they have to tell us. So yes, they're just doing maintenance on the construction, and then we will see.
Okay, now we continue to the next temple. So they call it the Temple 24. As nothing, just the archaeological give them a name.
Cara dia turunnya aja ah.
Nggak, John.
Enggak nih turunnya nak. Ini enggak sana.
Panji ya mau pulang. Lu balik kapan?
Sama. Jam, tapi jam 7 kan? Aku nggak balik.
Iya cuy, ada jam 8 ada jam 8.
Jam 7 ya, jam 7.
Kalau pun jam 8 namanya. Jadi jam 10 kan bang. Tapi kadang meeting kan bisa. Mau belajar juga kayak
Paano pa pag sa alas?
Because all the trees in here, I believe this kind of old, very old. And so the site in here kind of must say limestone, yeah. This the track is limestone also. Okay, so we're gonna go to the second temple. Oh, it's kind of hot. Wow. Kita masuk ke kebun-kebun. We enter like a yeah.
Pintuan yan. Kailangan binubuksan talaga yan. Para bumukas.
You keep this with you now?
We are continuing then.
फिर अंदर होगा मुझे पता नहीं चलेगा ना फिर
Yeah, we walk about 15 to 20 minutes. So that's why the tour guide asks us to make it fast. Otherwise, we run out of the time.
I do have to exaggerate on our security measures, okay? It's really important that we take our time when we climb. We're gonna, let me check the time. Why so short today? Let's do perhaps about 10 minutes up here. So on our way back, you guys have a chance to photograph some of those areas that we passed along the way, okay? And then we'll head back to our bus. Everyone, what we have over here is a beautiful, massive man-made platform. This is the main ceremonial area. When we climb here, at first, we're gonna see two bases of temples. These are the twin temples. These were used to filter the people that were allowed to come onto this sacred space, where only kings, queens, the priests, the apprentices of the new generations that are gonna take over would be allowed to come, okay? And then we're gonna see two temples on the top. The first one on the left side, we call it the Temple of the Vessels, or Temple number 2. This temple is associated with the water deity Chac. Remember I showed you the one with the long curvy nose? That is the deity. When they excavated, they found several pots with a representation of this deity, and also on the main facade, also low relief carvings or stucco moldings representing this deity. It is also a solar marker. It marks the summer solstice, okay? As we climb over here, so you guys see that little stone right there, going up the steps? Yep. This is also a solar marker. This one is the winter solstice, marking the shortest day of the year. Once we climb on a slightly higher platform, we have temple number 1. There's no smoking here, please. Temple number 1 has its direction from the east, facing directly to the west, okay? And this is associated with the solar deity Kinich Ahau. And this one marks the spring and the fall equinoxes. Alright? Okay, you guys. I want to give you time to explore, take your photographs. Be very careful when you're exploring around the temples, alright? Go ahead. I'll be calling you when it's time to come down. If you
Okay
have
lah.
any questions, please come to me.
Chacchoben.
Chacchoben.
Oh,
Wow.
Chacchoben will come out now.
So
After
this
flying.
temple is what? Oh, hip,
Para Chacchoben will
hip.
come out.
Wow. Okay, Twins Temple. Okay, go to number 1. Go to temple number 1. Hey. Ah. Right here. Dah.
Pak, jom balik.
Oh, let's go. Temple number 1, temple number 2. Oh, tu tegah po.
Number one.
Yeah, we go to number 1 first. Ada foto tak?
Ini yang mana je?
Huh? Yeah, this is temple number 1. And now we go to the temple number 2. That's temple number 1. Temple number 2. That's a main temple. So this we are looking for. Can I go up there? Oh, dah di kamu dah. Jadi, oh mana ledak di altar ledak. Okay, we go up. So they give a, yeah.
Mayan ruin.
Sorry. You can imagine what they believed long time ago. Dah pergi tak? Okay. No, we gonna visit another temple. Okay, guys. We have only 10 minutes in this temple, yeah. So it's okay. It's kind of more than enough to visit the. Yeah. So this is the main temple. We have temple 1, temple 2. They have a ceremony right here.
Ja, hat er ja gesagt. Erste Ebene, zweite Ebene. Bagian yang bawahnya kelihatan ini.
พี่ดอกพวกนั่งเทียบกันอยู่ว่าไม่น่าเอาแขนไปข้างหน้าเลย
¿Quién será?
So this stone is kind of winter time. Yeah, the sign of the winter. Low banget. Actually, this is same like our temple in Bali, yeah. So they have a different layer or different field or different part, the out, middle, and inside, ya. Ya bersisi, ya bertengah, dan di tempat suci ya, di jeroan istilahnya. So same like our belief also. Temple is like a mountain, yeah. So the top one is the sacred place. So like here, like the guide explained, like there, the mountain, that's a sacred place.
are still used for its medicinal purposes. This is collected from the allspice tree. The leaf is used to treat toothache, nausea, and also you can make a tea and use it as a liquid to get rid of parasites. You can bite into it, it has like a little numbing effect.
You go?
आम का पता है ना ये?
Anybody else like some?
चुतिया बना रहे बस
हम क्या भाई?
Refreshes your breath.
हमारे बड़े हो गए इसके दांत
Like it? Taste it good?
Sweet, spicy.
Does it taste like chicken?
We have a lot at home. Like a betel nut, leaf, betel nut. At home we have a lot for chewy, for the teeth.
आम जैसा नहीं है पेपर जैसा आ रहा है
Yeah, in India too. Yeah. Like a betel nut, leaf,
Yeah.
betel nut for, and then use tobacco to clean. Yeah, there's a, you call it candy, right? For dessert, for Indian dessert.
Do you smoke?
No, it's not.
Clove mix, cigarette, clove mix.
Oh, clove? Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. We have cigarette, yeah, we have a gudang garam, yeah.
Like udang garam.
Yeah. They bite your tongue. Gudang garam, yeah. Okay, now we back to other temple again, yeah.
Where the Maya would carve the portraits of their rulers. This would normally indicate or have a written story about the deeds of their rulers. It's very difficult to observe, but you get closer, you can see the seated figure with his scepter and part of his headdress as well. But the cartouches have been eroded so much, they're no longer legible.
Bahasa Inggris.
Wow. Kayak rambut ini nih, rambut sedana. Banyak ada pohon rambut sedana nih kayak. Di tempat panas kayak begini ada rambut sedana. I believe this is like a stage, huh? Like a stage. Yeah. Maybe before this is a stage. See that? Yeah. See that? See where they have a seat right there, or they have a ceremony. Yeah. So the people are sitting there. And a ceremony in the middle there, right? Ya, ini tuh rambut sedana tuh, apa namanya, pohon rambut sedana, iya. Tuh kan? Ini kada ya. Punya rambut sedana kan? Ini nih. Cuma gantung kan mbak tuh. Iya kan? Iya, tapi ini kan punya musim kering. Panas kok ada tuh dengar tuh. Tuh. Di Jumlah kan lihat itu. Tiangnya gudang lah tuh. Kalau tekap kipas itu enggak.
Kan kipas.
Iya.
The main facade of the first temple we saw. This is the main facade of temple 24. We still have the staircase like the rest of the construction, but we also have additional rooms. We have this dining room here. On the right side, we have another room. On the top, we have this large elongated ceremonial temple with 3 entrances, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
These walls will go all the way over to the roof. On the back wall, we can see parts of the ceiling. This is another invention done by the Maya architects, okay? They created this type of false arch or core belt arch, where we have the parallel walls, and then the ceiling starts to cave towards the center. They place a flat stone, and then they place a very heavy roofing on the top. This is known as a crested. On the front of the building, it will have a long frieze with representations of the different deities and portraits of the rulers. In the center area, this is part of the excavation done by the archaeologists. Here they found how many layers of construction we have, which we have originally 4, but we only see 3 right now. They found a burial that has never been exhumed, and they also found a bench with a mural on the front of it that has motifs with the representations of the cycles of the sun, the cycles of Venus, and also representations of the constellation of Orion. Okay, and here we're inside of this beautiful little plaza used for intimate ritual, only meant to host activities for the Maya elite that lived all the way around. Over there we pass one of the main residential areas, but all these temples are surrounded by palaces all the way around. We have many palaces. We don't have access to all of them today, but hopefully in the future we will. Take your final photos. Then we have to go, you guys, okay? And this is another allspice tree. This is where the leaf that I gave you comes from.
Yeah. Ya, tempat air ini, tempat. This for sacred water maybe here, ya. Ya. So let's go there. Ya. Ya, uluk-uluk dah ke mana tiket? Saya ada kuda-kuda kan. Ngerekam kan juga. Uluk itu. Ya, enggak gembang. Okay, we back to the parking area. Borobudur kan modern istilahnya tahun abad ke-11 ya. Ini BC ini soalnya before century. Sebelum abad ya. Artinya peradaban mereka udah kategori canggih lah. Zaman-zaman tuh. Padahal cara ragam masih pura-pura cara di Lempuyang gitu zaman tuh sebelum abad masih tuh. Cuman demun kan batu kan nyontol itu.
Yeah, that's right.
Ting 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 ting. Ya, almost 3 o'clock. 10 more minutes. 3 o'clock. Yang 3. Ano ang babalik no? Balik. Ya? Ada kamar mandi udah. Sejak kamar mandi nih. Pojok. Oh. Dah uluk-uluk nih. Uluk-uluk nih. Belum. Kudus nih. Ada yang gede. Tengah kamar mandi nih.
How much is it?
Ada hombres. Wow. Jalan. Dah kuda sih dak nih kada. Kuda sih patung-patungan kuda sih. Ane cari 15 tuh.
Itu patung Jan.
Dua mana kini na?
Mungkin ini boleh. Baru
Kuda sih.
Ya, tengo mucho demasiado.
Apa bahannya? Ayo mana? Bapak ini?
Udah.
Ini kalender ya.
Ya están saliendo los dos buses. Ya salieron.
Ini kuda sih ane kini na.
Ya.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for following our instructions today. I truly appreciate it. Remember, we have approximately 1 hour drive back to Costa Maya. We'll be dropping you off as close as possible to the pier. And also, please remember, it's extremely important that everybody buckles up for everybody's safety.
No salgas porque hay un chico que sigue parado.
Gentlemen in the hallway, can you please find a seat?
And now we're back to the ship. Yeah.
Porque ellos tienen que estar a bordo a las 4:15. Si hacen el equilibrio, 4:00.
Everyone, it's very important for everybody to double check that you have all your personal belongings once you come down from the bus. So please take a minute or two to make sure that nothing is being left behind on your seat. Sometimes you will find cell phones, ship cards, wallets, and souvenirs that you may have purchased in Chacchoben. So please, I will be doing a revision of the bus. If we find anything, I'll try to make sure it makes it back to your cruise ship. All right, everybody. We hope you have enjoyed your visit to the archaeological site of Chacchoben. We encourage you to share your photographs, your videos that you may have taken today, perhaps with the hashtag Costa Maya or hashtag Chacchoben, so more people can be aware of these beautiful destinations. And of course, if you guys can recommend these kind of excursions to the passengers on your cruise ships, your friends, your family members that might be coming to Costa Maya, we'll highly appreciate it. It will help us continue doing this kind of job. Okay? Thank you everybody so much for your questions. A few of you that asked me some questions today. And also, I would like to give a huge thanks to our driver, Juan. Can we give Juan a round of applause, please? Gracias, Juan. You are welcome to leave a review for us on whatever platform you desire. Cruise Critic, TripAdvisor, directly on the cruise ship. Don't forget you have today as your tour guide, Fabiola. I hope you enjoy some of the information provided. And I know the visit was very brief, and hopefully you can join us again in the near future, okay? If you guys enjoy your services today and would like to leave any gratuities for Juan, you can go ahead and give it directly in his hand. If you enjoy my information and would like to leave a gratuity for me, I will highly appreciate it, you guys. We're gonna be dropping you off to the closest we can to the pier, and I'll direct you the same way where we boarded the bus. That's where we're gonna drop you off. Sí, por favor.
Hả? Ồ, chẳng bớt à? Ya? Ya, ntar malah diedit dulu.
Oh, dari dulu.
Oh iya, edit dulu.
Pakai apa? Pian.
Pakai ini KineMaster ya?
Oh. Yang berbayar.
Ya, yang pro-nya pakai. Jadi, kalau itu ada watermark ya.
Pian juga nggak ada.
Ada? Oh ya, Pian bisa ya.
Biasa pakai.
Iya. Oh, masih ada tuh. Oke. Okay, guys, that's all our trip today to the Mayan Ruin. I hope you enjoy this information, enjoy this video, and enjoy this tour. I hope this video give you the references or give you the information. Maybe one day you visit this place. Once So you're gonna see if we visit the Mayan ruin. Oh yeah, one thing. Did you remember when we paid $4 for the entry ticket in Mayan? That if we take a video, we have to pay for US dollars. Actually, that's just for donation. Even you not pay the ticket, it's okay. You can take a video anyhow, anyway. But that's a kind of I don't mind. That's okay. The kind of donation, yeah. This is the to keep that Ansayan more clean and more reserved, yeah. Okay, guys. I'll see you again in my next video. Thank you. Oke guys, itulah akhir dari perjalanan saya mengunjungi Maya Temple ya. Hari ini hari Kamis 29 Februari 2024, hari terakhir di bulan Februari di tahun 2024. Guys, that's all my video, that's all my trip. Today is the last day in February 24, that's the 29th of February 2024. So today the Thursday, we all the crew of the New Amsterdam, me, Gede, visit the Mayan ruin or the Mayan temple. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much once again, and I'll see you in my next content. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we back to the ship. It's 4:15. Back to work. Caribbean.
Yeah, we need to go back around this way, guys.
We're going to the back. Costa.
All right. Well, back to the ship. Nice, cool inside here. Very hot outside. My God. Okay, so today we visit this one. Huh? Hey, here. Yeah. Wow. Almost meeting. It's okay, take shower. knock, knock and knock heaven door. Hey, 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 hey.